Chapter 4, Mishnah 4. When a Nazir completes his term of Naziris and is ready to shave his head and return to everyday life, he must bring 3 animal offerings to the temple. Before any offering could be made, the animal to be offered must be consecrated, made holy, by its owner for that purpose. The Mishnah discusses what happens to animals consecrated by a woman for her concluding offerings when her husband cancels her vow of Naziris before they are offered. If a woman made a vow of Naziris and she separated the 3 animals required for her concluding offerings and consecrated them, and her husband then canceled her Naziris for her, the law is as follows. If the animals she consecrated belong to her husband, they go out to the field to graze with the rest of the flock. That is, they are not considered holy. Although a wife has a right to take animals from her husband's flocks to use as offerings, this right allows her only to take the animals she needs to fulfill her obligations. Since she ends up having no obligations, they were not hers to consecrate, and the consecration therefore never took effect. However, if the animals she consecrated belonged to her, in which case they were hers to consecrate, they remain consecrated even though they are no longer needed. Therefore, the chatas is left to die, the olah should be offered as a voluntary olah offering, and the shalamim should be offered as a voluntary shalamim offering. And the meat of the shalamim may be eaten for only 1 day and 1 night, as is the law for a Nazir's shalamim. But the loaves of bread that usually accompany a Nazir's shalamim offering are not needed for this shalamim, since the woman is no longer a Nazira. The Mishnah until now has dealt with a woman who consecrated animals for her Naziris offering. The Mishnah now deals with a woman who consecrated money with which to buy her Naziris offerings. If she had unspecified money, meaning that she had set aside one lump sum of money to buy her Naziris offerings, but she did not designate which coins would be used for which type of offering, and then her husband canceled her Naziris, the money should be dropped into the temple chests designated for voluntary communal offerings. If she had specified money, that is, she had designated separate coins for each of the 3 Naziris offerings, then the rule is as follows. The money that had been designated for the chatas should go to the Dead Sea, i.e., it should be thrown into the Dead Sea to be destroyed. One may not have any benefit from these coins because they were consecrated for a chatas and therefore possess sanctity. But if one does benefit from them, he is not subject to the ma'ila penalty for using them, since they can no longer be used to buy an offering. The money for the olah should be used to bring an olah offering, and one is subject to the ma'ila penalty for having benefit from them, because these coins can still be used for buying an offering. The money for the shalamim should be used to bring a shalamim offering, and the meat of this offering may be eaten for 1 day and 1 night, like the Nazir's shalamim. But the loaves of bread that usually accompany a Nazir's shalamim are not needed for the shalamim, since the woman is no longer a Nazira.